This workout will consist of some very basic and straightforward exercises designed to challenge your core strength and stability. After the preparation, there will be three distinct segments, each one a progression of the one before. So if you're getting to something that you feel like is too hard, don't stop moving. Continue to do the work, but just use the version from the previous segment. You'll be able to see the similarity in the exercises. Have fun. We'll start with two foundational exercises, the forearm plank and the kneeling side plank. Coming to your forearms, elbows directly under the shoulders with your abdominals engaged, bend your knees as you inhale, and as you exhale, lift your knees and extend your hips. You want to think about the obliques working as you bend your knees and the gluteals working fiercely as you extend your legs to further extend your hips. Inhale as you bend, exhale as you lift. Make sure that you're intentionally placing the knees to the mat as you contract your obliques, and an intentional lift as you engage your gluteus maximus muscles. Now let's do the side version, very similar to what you just did. Your elbow is under your shoulder, and you're going to lift your hips forward and up, making sure that your torso is squared off. Inhale in the low position, exhale in the high position. There is a forward and back to this. As you lower down, the hips crease, you move backward, and as you extend the hips, your pelvis moves forward. Focusing again on the obliques to stabilize your pelvis, as well as the gluteus maximus muscles to both lift and stabilize your pelvis. And to make the body even, we'll switch to the other side. Again, set up so that your serratus muscles are active. You're going to focus on the alignment of your elbow to shoulder, and then as you lift your hips, creating a solid line. You want your obliques and your gluteus muscles to work the most on the underside. That's where your support is. And you'll find that you'll need that support later as we layer on other things to the exercise. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you extend. Think about your obliques and your gluteus maximus muscles working cooperatively to achieve perfect lines in your side plank. Now that we're prepared with our foundational exercises, let's prepare to go into phase one. We'll start with a modified push-up on your knees. Make sure you have the correct arm angle. Instead of being exactly parallel, let's use a 45-degree angle so that you can maximize the work of the pecs. Let's stay on our knees for now. As you inhale, you're going to bend your elbows and lower your entire body. As you exhale, you're going to fully extend through shoulder protraction or scapula protraction. Let's be intentional about the lowering. Make sure that you're not dropping down. You're working eccentrically out of the pecs as you lower and concentrically as you lift all the way through. Feel like you're pulling the floor apart as you go down and putting the floor back together as you fully extend. Contracting the obliques and the gluteus maximus muscles together to stabilize the pelvis. Now let's resume that side plank position. This time we'll bring the hips to the up position to stay. Now we'll layer in what looks like clams here, or we'll call them super clams. You want to work fiercely in your serratus muscles, your obliques, and your glutes on the bottom side, and the gluteus maximus and medius muscles help to move the leg on the top side. Using your abdominals to stabilize your torso as you move the top leg, closing and opening your clamshell. Inhale to close, exhale to open. Now, with a little more focus on your upper body, tricep extension. Take your bottom arm, wrap it around your waistline as you take the top arm and line it up right in line with your sternum. Extend your arm as you push your body weight from the floor, working against gravity to maximize elbow extension. Inhale as you lower, exhale to extend. Again, your torso is moving as one unit, so your obliques will help you achieve that. In addition to your triceps and your serratus muscles working intentionally. Now, let's move to the other side. We'll do that same sequence. We'll first start with the super clams. Set up your alignment, elbow under shoulder, hips squared off, torso squared off. Inhale as you lower the leg, exhale to lift. Focusing on your obliques, top side of pelvis, gluteus medius and maximus muscles on the bottom side of your pelvis. Using the muscles on the underside to firmly stabilize your position. Inhale as you close clamshell, exhale to open. Now let's progress to the tricep extensions on this same side with the bottom arm wrapped around the waist. Inhale as you lower, exhale, extend. Make sure that you're achieving about a 90-degree angle at your elbow so that you're not taking the pressure there. And your obliques, especially on the bottom side, working hard to keep you steady and to enable you to move as one unit as you lift. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Good job. We'll transition to phase 2, which will be a variation of some of the things we just did. We'll find ourselves in that same push-up position, but with one leg extended. The arms look the same. You're pulling the floor apart and putting it back together again. The leg extension should challenge your obliques. If all is going well and you want to further challenge, extend the opposite arm so that you're still doing a one-arm push-up, kneeling on the opposite leg. Think about the oppositional forces there to keep your torso very squared off and maintaining your pec position there. Now we'll give the other pecs and arm a chance. Extend your leg and start to challenge the obliques on the other side. If all is going well on this side, feel free to go ahead and extend the other arm. It'll come up next to your ear as you continue to pull the floor apart and put it back together again. Meanwhile, back at the obliques, you're still engaging to stabilize your pelvis. Your gluteus maximus muscles work to keep the other leg extended. Now, onto your side. We'll take the side plank position with the hips lifted. We'll continue to stay lifted as you now lift the leg as well. The entire leg lower and lifts. So instead of clam, we'll make it a leg lift. We'll also try to work the femur bone in different positions. After about 5, we'll go into a little bit of internal rotation of the femur bone as you lower and lift. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, you're working very hard in the glutes and in the obliques to maintain your stability. Now, prepare to turn to external rotation of the femur bone, again bending the knee and extending the leg. All the while, your torso, your pelvis remain undisturbed as you work really hard to stabilize. Inhale as you bend, exhale to extend. Now slowly descend and we'll prepare to do our tricep version. This time, instead of wrapping your arm around your waist, place your hand next to your ear. Just creates a longer lever and more demand on your obliques to stabilize, as well as your tricep to bend and extend the elbow. If all is going well, and you dare, extend the arm, create even a longer lever for the last few tricep extensions. Now, of course, we have to make both sides even, so we'll flip around to the other side. We'll start with the side plank position and the hips lifted in super clam position. And instead of clams, we'll lift the entire leg. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Check to make sure that your serratus muscles are on, your obliques and your glutes on the bottom side to work and maximize your stabilization. Then, turn your femur bone into internal rotation to bend, slight parallel or external rotation as you extend the hip. Inhale as you bend, exhale to extend. Finishing with external rotation of the femur bone. Inhale to bend, exhale to fully extend, and make sure you're extending the leg with intention, activating the obliques as you do. Well done, and all has gone well on that. Let's finish this side with the tricep extension, changing the lever to next to your ear. And of course, you can always go back to the hand wrapped around the waist if this is too much of a demand for you. Inhale as you approach the floor, exhale to extend. If you have a little more umph in you, go ahead and extend the arm, and moving the entire torso as one unit with the greatest demand on the triceps and the obliques there to stabilize and move you. Now let's move to the third variation of all those exercises, kind of bringing things together. We've got a full all-out push-up now. Legs extended, full body weight, lowering and lifting obliques and glutes working to stabilize the pelvis. After about 5, you're going to go right into your straight arm side plank there. Leg can be stacked forward or behind you. I'm going to go with stacked here. Now, lateral movement of the pelvis here. Your obliques are totally responsible here for moving your pelvis in a lateral motion. There is no forward and back, but down towards your mat and directly towards the ceiling, making sure your serratus muscles are active and your obliques, especially on the bottom side. If that went well, go ahead and lift the lever of the leg. So the most extreme clam here, long levers. Extend the arm if you're able to do that as you go into what looks like the traditional Pilates star. Hold your star and then gently lower down out of that position and prepare to do it all again, facing the other direction and utilizing the other side. We'll start with the straight leg push-ups here. Fully extend, contracting your obliques and glutes. The pecs do the heavy lifting here. Inhale as you lower. Exhale to lift. All the while contracting the obliques to stabilize so that you're not feeling it in your lower back. But if you are feeling it in your lower back, maybe come down to your knees. Now, side plank with the leg forward back or stacked would be the most challenging position. Now, moving the pelvis through space in a lateral motion, utilizing the obliques here. This side a little more challenging for me as my mechanical hip is on the bottom. A little harder to control there. After your side planks, 5 lower and lifts, you're going to come to stabilize and lift the levers there. The bottom side has to work really hard to stabilize you as you extend the levers towards the ceiling and create our traditional Pilates star, holding it and then gently lowering. And good job. Now for restoration. We've just about reached our time limit here. So exit out of this video and open Core and Strength Stabilization Restoration.